Hi everyone, I am so happy to have you join me. Today I thought I'd do a watercolor greeting card, and what I've done is I've cut out, was 9 inches by 6 inches, and the fold is of course at 4.5 inches. So I'm using this for my card. I'm using a small watercolor painting for my card face, and this will go into an A6 envelope. So an A6 envelope is about 6.5 by 4.5, about that. So yeah, so and I chose this I got at Dollarama, cardstock. It's a good thickness, and it just adds a little sparkle to your day. So I thought I'd use it today. I'm going to use Paul Rubens Vivid Paints, and I've lightly drawn out here just a guide to tell me where I'm going to put my my leaves. And I'm going to use a small stamp that says "My Special Friend." It's very small. And I'm going to put it down in the corner here. So I've very gently marked out where I don't want the leaves to go, because it gets a little busy when you're putting veins and things in your leaves and then add words on top of that. So I'm going to come in with the Micron pen, a 01, and yeah, just draw in my stem. Just lightly draw that in. Now I've put some tape around, some painter's tape around my watercolor paper, which is 100% cotton. Number 1, to hold it down so that it doesn't warp, and number 2, to give me a little bit of a border. This is about 1/4 of an inch border. Now I want to indicate where my leaves are going to be. This helps me decide of the size. So I have my proportions fairly good. And of course, some of the leaves are going to go out of the painting. And this, I think I'm going to put, well, let me put this one in first, because I want to have one that's kind of going in behind the others. So I'll put this one in. And then come in with the other one. It's going to come in from behind the stem. Okay, so that gives me an idea of the layout of my painting. And of course, as usual, it's an ink and wash. And I'm going to use a size 6 brush and paint in my leaves. And I'll start with my stem. Now I'm using this brush because I can get a nice sharp tip on this. And I'm going to use burnt umber for my stem. Start off with a fairly thin stem, and I can always thicken it up if I choose. Okay. Now I'm going to mix that with a touch of green, deep green, to make, I should look this up. If anybody knows, let me know what it's called. It's not the bud, it's not the leaf. You know, where the leaf attaches to the stem. I just can't think of what that's called right now. Where the leaf attaches to the branch. Oh, maybe it's a stem. I don't know. It takes me a while sometimes, a little slow on the uptake. Okay. Now I'm just going to come in and look at that. Didn't put a center vein on this leaf. That'll do. Okay. Now I'm going to use, I think I'm going to start with a sap green and deep green mixture. And a fairly wet brush. I want to leave some white. Needed to mix a little bit more than I did. All right. Now I'm painting in a little bit of a curve just to give the idea of movement. Not worried about the lines too much. You know, about going outside the lines. That's never, you know, looser painting like this is not something I worry about. All right. Now, if we choose, we can come back in and add a wee bit more of the dark. Just to make it a little bit more interesting. I think that's about it. Now I'm going to come in with my little stamp here, my special friend. Okay, I like to stand up for this. little bit of pressure here so the watercolor paper absorbs the ink from my stamp. My special friend. Okay, I'm going to dry that. Of course, I get ink everywhere. I'm going to dry that and then decide if I want to add a little bit more of the line work. So, back in a flash. So my painting is dry. Now I have to decide if I want to accentuate the leaves by putting more veining in. And I think well, let's start with the centers and then see how we feel. Now it's a Micron 01 pen. I'm not sure if I mentioned that already. And I like to draw rather curvy lines just to give it a sense of movement. And I'm going to accentuate our little stem, our little branch here. I'm just scratching in with my Micron pen. We could make it a little bit indicate some edges here. Okay. Well, I like that, but okay, let's do the outside and then we can decide if we want to do more veining. I do love black in my paintings. It just, for me, it just makes it stand out that much more. I would use the word pop, but I got so sick of hearing that word the last 4 or 5 years. Everybody was making things pop. So I hesitate to even use it. A little bit of darkness. Where the leaves hit the branch. Okay. I think we need to, I know some of you are going to say leave it, others are going to say go for it. I'm going to go for it. Not making them too dark for now. I can always make the lines darker if I choose. Good rule of thumb. Start out with a light touch and then decide from there. Slight curve. That gives your leaves sense of dimension, some depth. I think that was a good decision to go with this veining. I'm happy. I don't always make the right decision, so I'm not always happy with what I decide, but this was the right one. Okay. Now we'll take our tape off. Ta-da! That's always fun. The big reveal. There we go. Isn't that lovely with the border? It so works. Okay, now I have a few, I decided to fold over a few more colors of this sparkly, but let's try it on our plain card. Okay, and that's how it would look on a plain white card. That's nice. That actually looks better than I was afraid that the white on white, although this is cream on white, so that might make the difference. And let's just give it the other ones a shot, see how we feel. The blue sparkly one. Well, that sort of works. The pink. And last, the original idea with the silver. Oh, I think the silver is the one that works. It was a good original idea. I think that works. In my world, that works. Okay. That or the white. But I'm going to leave you with that for now. I hope you enjoyed that. It's, there we go. This is, I'd have to work on that to flatten it out. Once I glued it on, it would, maybe I should just glue it on. Now you need something substantial because this is a textured paper with the glitter on it. So you would need a tacky glue. I use Aleene's tacky glue. Okay. Try to get this as even as possible. Lots of things I'm not good at, and this is one of them. Getting it on evenly. Okay. As you can see, that flattens our card out a little bit, gives a little bit of weight. And that's it. So, I hope you enjoyed that. And, yeah, I enjoyed spending my time with you. I hope you enjoyed it also. And I look forward to the next time. So you folks, take very good care. And I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.